the other day. My internet dropped out, but I thought I'd elaborate and explain shit like that, what that video was about, and then reiterate that do not support these companies. Um, First, to explain what's happened, Dambuster slash Deep Silver insert, yeah, they have released some DLCs. Two of them were, actually I think all of them were technically pre-order only stuff, but now you can buy them separately. Do not buy them. This company, Dambuster slash Deep Silver, I'm willing to bet it's probably Dambuster, not Deep Silver, because they let Saints Row do it, but you know, whatever. The criminals, because they are breaking a law, whoever it was that decided to withhold co-op for current gens, which is the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Now I will explain why it's called the current gen, and these people that keep calling it the last gen are incorrect. But I'll explain that in a minute. But let's finish this first. The current gens, so the PS4 and the Xbox One, cannot host a co-op session because somebody at the company is trying to force them to upgrade. Because it's definitely not what they say it is. Because they say the reason we cannot is due to technical limitations, which is bullshit. It is the biggest pile of dog doo-doo you could find, mixed with some horse doo-doo, mixed with some cow doo-doo, mixed with whatever. Let's just say it's the biggest pile of shit on the planet to use the excuse that a PS4 and an Xbox One cannot host because of limitations in peer-to-peer. That is bullshit. That is so much bullshit, the camel's back is broken. Now, just to quickly elaborate on why the PS4 and the Xbox One is current gen, and the PS5 and Xbox Series are the next gen, is the only reason today is called today is because there is a tomorrow. You cannot call the PS5 and the Xbox Series X current gen because there is no generation after that. So therefore they are the next gen. Until Xbox, PlayStation announce their POS 6 and their Xbox Mega Collection Duper Fridge, the Series X and the PS5s are next gens. Until there is another one named announced for after that, they are next gens. When the next version is announced, then they become the current gen. So now that that's out the way, the fact that the current gen, which is the PS4 and the Xbox One, are getting on purpose, criminally, having their product withheld, which is the co-op, by this company that released the game and sold it to you as a co-op game, this is why they need to stop being supported. Do not buy anything from Dambuster or anything to do with DeadIsland2. It goes the same for Cyberpunk. Anything that CD Projekt Red release, do not support them. They are criminals. The current gen consoles, PS4 and Xbox One, for Cyberpunk, the game does not run correctly, and it is not in the correct. It is incorrect, and it does not perform. And that it's not because they can't fix it. They can fix it. Anybody with the basics in programming could fix it in under a week. And I'm not taking to get literally under a week it could be fixed. And this one here, it is literally a matter of them saying, when you check what console it's running on, ignore that. Because what it does is when it boots up, it checks. You're on a current gen. We don't want you to stay on the current gen. We want you to buy a POS 5, or an Xbox Series X. And it's like, no. Give us the game we bought on the console we bought it on. Do not try and force us to do shit. I have not bought a next gen simply because if they cannot deliver us our current gen, they can go fuck themselves. It's that simple. I am not giving Sony more money for the next piece of shit console if they can't fix this one. It's not happening. And it's the same with the games. Why would I buy another Dambuster game or another City Project game if they won't give me the fucking game I already bought? When they start advertising for Cyberpunk, the new DLC, which may I add, they are withholding from the current gens. If you bought the super duper mega ultimate collector's edition of Cyberpunk on the PS4 or the Xbox One, you got shafted a whole fucking DLC. You are not getting your DLC. Only next gens are getting the DLC. They have stopped updating current gens, even though the game is not fixed and not corrected. They are not updating it. And it goes the same for Dambuster here with the fucking Dead Island 2. The game that is there, the features that they're withholding, if they said yes, let everyone access what they should be accessing, it would be a good game. It would be a game that we bought. It would be a game that is worth the money. But when a group of people, 1/3 of their customer base, 1/3, you have PC, next gen and current gen, that's 1/3 of the customer base, they are withholding co-op from them. And not because they can't give it to them, not because of technical limitations, but because they're cunts. When a company turns around and says that we're not going to let you use that feature because we don't want to, that is a low-life scummy move. And if somebody's bought it with that feature and they withhold it, that is breaking a law. Dambuster are breaking a law by withholding co-op from current gens, PS4 and Xbox One. We bought a game where we could play co-op and they are withholding it. That's breaking a law. And not because it's technically impossible, but because they're cunts. Same with Cyberpunk. Not because they can't, because they don't want to. They're criminals. Don't support them. Do not buy their products. Do not give them thumbs ups on their posts. Do not give them likes. Nothing. Do not support them in any way. These criminal companies need to stop their shit now. Dead Island 2. It's not even a 5-second job for them to, I'm assuming they'll have to put out a patch for it, but to turn the bit where it's, we have detected that this is a current gen console, withhold co-op. Just get rid of that line. Or turn that line off. That's all they have to do. The bullshit that they fed everyone, when you have to go searching through the website for technical help, because it's not right up the front. No. You got to go searching for it on their website. You go to Dambuster or Dead Island 2 website, and you type in "Why can I not co-op?" It doesn't pop up. You've got to go searching for it. And when you find it, they go, because it's peer-to-peer. It's like, and 7 Days to Die is peer-to-peer. Dead Island 1, Riptide, they're peer-to-peer. Minecraft, that's peer-to-peer. Insert any multiplayer game, 90% of them are peer-to-peer. Current gens can host on them. And some of these games, 7 Days to Die and Minecraft, are good examples. The worlds are massive. 7 Days to Die size massive. Not 7 Days to Die, sorry. DayZ map size massive. Huge. 5 kilometers by 5 kilometers. 8Ks by 8Ks. 10Ks by 10Ks type size maps. Well, Minecraft is technically infinite. And you can peer-to-peer on that. And may I add, when you're peer-to-peering with... Technically, Minecraft can be up to 8 people. But if you play 4 people, you can have one person in one corner of the map, one person in another corner of the map. You can have them separated to every corner of the map. And they're all running perfectly fine on a peer-to-peer system. Because peer-to-peer doesn't mean that the host can't host because there's an extra person. Peer-to-peer means each person runs their own game, but the host determines what happens. So the only thing the host has extra working for them is a heads or tails type situation. That's it. Because even if you're not the host, if you kill a zombie or an enemy or shoot a gun, the game on everyone else's console already knows that that's what the game is meant to do. When you pull a trigger on a gun, the gun goes bang and puts a little piece of metal at the end and kills what it's aiming at. The host's game doesn't tell the other games that that's how it works, because they already know how that works. So them feeding us horse shit about can't be hosted because it's peer-to-peer is dog shit, horse shit, cow shit, and bullshit all piled in together. So don't support them. That's what my previous video was about, because they put out an update, didn't fix it. Then they've released DLCs, still haven't fixed it. And I use fixed it here very lightly because it's not a fix. They don't have to correct it, because there's nothing broken about it. They're doing it on purpose. These dirty scumbag low-life criminals are doing it on purpose. They are withholding the customer's product that they purchased with money on purpose. They're withholding it on purpose. They're going out of their way to not deliver that product. And it's happening because people supported CD Projekt Red about 3 years ago when they released their criminal shit. And they're still doing it to this day. CD Projekt Red are now coming up to their 3rd year of being criminals, actively being criminals, and I'm not talking criminals like in you littered in the gutter, like you threw a cigarette butt out the window of your car or something. I'm talking about people who break into people's houses, ripping an ATM out of the wall, holding up an armoured car, that kind of criminal. That is what CD Projekt Red and Dambuster, those are the exact same level of criminal as what these game developers are. And people will say, you're comparing this to... Yes, I am, because they are exactly the same. If you look into the law, when it comes to bad people levels or criminal levels, like, yeah, up the top, like the worst, are things like murderers and rapists. And then as you go down the list, you got things... Theft. Theft. One word. A person who breaks into your house. It's theft. You rip a ATM out of the wall. It's theft. You hold up an armoured car and take the money. It's theft. You sell someone a product, take their money and not deliver the product. Theft. It's all the exact same thing in the eye of the law. But apparently, because CD Projekt have got money coming out their ass, they can pay off the government agencies and say, turn a blind eye. And it's perfectly fine. You drive through a red light. You park in a spot you're not supposed to park in. You get a fine and you don't pay it. Popo come knocking on your door and say, you in trouble, mister. You doing petty stuff. You're less than theft. You're below theft. And you get into deep shit. These companies do theft, which is above what you've done, and they get nothing. Don't support them. So I've just put this video up here to explain like why I'm beyond pissed off with the entire gaming industry and why it's going down the drain, why it's an absolute... It's a cesspool right now because of shit like this. And they're getting away with it. And anyone who supports them, it's aiding and abetting, according to the law. If someone robs an armoured car, which is theft, which is what CDPR and Dambuster are doing, and then you're their getaway driver, you may not have stolen the stuff, but you helped them do it. Yeah. So if anyone supports them, no sympathy for you. The companies themselves, I have the amount of respect I have for people like certain leaders of certain countries right now, the amount of respect I have for them is more than I have for Dan Buster and CD Projekt. I don't have to explain what I'm talking about when I say certain leaders of certain countries right now. I'm pretty sure a lot of the Americans will know what I'm talking about, and same with the Ukrainians. They know exactly what I'm talking about when I say that. But the respect I have for the people, for the in brackets baddies in that situation, is higher than the amount of respect I have for people at CD Projekt Red and Dan Buster. Hell, people that have murdered people, some of those I have more respect than I do for Dan Buster and Deep Silver. Dan Buster and CD Projekt. Because some of those murderers, they say, I'm going to murder you, and they murder them. At least they're honest. Yeah, they're scummy. Yeah, they've done a bad thing, but at least they're honest about it. Dan Buster, seriously, get a bib. You dribble a little shit there. And CD Projekt, like, holy crap. It's like a cow with diarrhea just coming out their mouth continuously. It's like, dude, a bib ain't gonna catch all that. And that Pal Sasko and Marcin, all those people at CD Projekt Red, especially that Pal Sasko cunt, when he streams and he does his little dumbass little moronic laugh. You know what those people that bought our game? Oh, I'm sitting on a chair, bought with that. I'm playing on a PC, bought with that. You haven't got your product, but fuck you. Fucking stupid cunt. Like, seriously. All the bus drivers in the world could do us all a favour and run them over. Yeah, so I'll put the video out here. Now, you may not like me. You may not like the way I say this, but you cannot deny the facts and the black and white dotting the I's and crossing the T's information that I'm putting out there. It's more truth than the Bible. Like, the only way the gaming industry will get back to where it's supposed to be is if these scumbags, low-life, criminal douchebags, they're not even the douches, they're the bags the douche comes in. If they are taken off their ivory thrones and the actual police, federal agencies, whatever, actually do their job and lock these fuckers up. That's the only way this gaming industry will rebound. It's only going to get worse and worse until this stops. And the only way it'll stop, cut the head off the snake. So yeah, I'm out of here. Hopefully the spiel I just plonked out there has made even the people who are on the fence have realised, yes, he's exactly right. The way he said it might not be right, but his information is sound. It's correct. It's like, yes, this is what is happening and it has to stop. Anyone who thinks no, it's like, dude, open your eyes, think about it. Think about the exact time when the gaming industry went to shit. It was about 3 years ago. People will say, oh no, it was COVID. It's like, no, it was before COVID. It was just before COVID. It was when Cyberpunk was released. So the head of the snake is CD Projekt Red, Marcin and Powell, and all the other little shit cunts and lowlives and scumbags that work with them. And people are going, oh, but it's not the programmer's fault. Well, yeah, it is. I don't care who you are at that company. If you work on the game, you can surely see that is incorrect and should be fixed. If you do nothing about it, like I said with the law, if you do nothing about it or you help them, if you're a coder and you see the nudity sensor is incorrect, the game does not perform correctly, the textures are set at the wrong resolution, whatever's causing the problems, and you can see that, and you don't change it to correct it, you're the getaway driver. You may not have stolen the money, but you helped them do it. That's aiding and abetting. That's being an accomplice. So I'm out here. Everybody who does not work at these companies, stay safe, and I will catch you all next time. See yous.